Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. This is your weekly horoscope for August 24th through September 5th. And if you see me looking down, this is because this week is packed full of very, very important transits. So a lot that is going on for this week. And the first thing that we have going on is on the 21st. We started off with this Mars square Saturn that will continue until the 28th of September. So, this is a big battle that is going on that we are currently in with this Mars square Saturn. And remembering that Mars is in its dignity, Saturn is in its dignity, but Saturn is in retrograde. We have Mars that is also slowing down here that we will see enter into retrograde on the 9th of September. So that will be happening next week. But starting off here with this Mars square Saturn, this is a huge moment of taking action. This is a huge moment, especially with Mars in this pre-shadow leading up to a retrograde, to take action. And with the pressure that is going on, remembering that Saturn is in its domicile of Capricorn in a retrograde, so we are revisiting our past, our fears, these blocks that are showing up in our lives. So the pressure is on at this time to take action. For those of you who are trying to push forward in your business, in your love life, in any area of your life at this moment, there is this heaviness, this pressure that is here that we must push through, that we must move through with this Martian energy that is there for us in Aries. So, big time of having that courage, having that faith in yourself about pushing forward, pushing through obstacles, and delivering the results that are necessary, even with the fear, the pressure, the difficulty for us to move through. Now, moving forward here on the 25th, we have Mercury that is making a trine over to Uranus. And remembering that Mercury is here in Virgo, in its home sign, also in its exaltation, where it is all about using the information that you have, using the logic, using the details, using your observation to make practical decisions about where you are headed. And this is where Mercury is with the Sun. So there is a ton of this energy of being responsible, of taking action, of making the right logical decisions at this time. But it is in this trine over to Uranus and Taurus, where Uranus is in its debilitation in Taurus, remembering that Uranus would rather be in the sign of Scorpio. And so this is all about breaking down our security, breaking down our old traditions, breaking down our old values and attachments that no longer serve us so that we can start to move forward, evolve, grow, have new experiences. And so this is a major time of, yes, this is about making logical, calculated decisions with that Mercury and Sun that is in Virgo, but this is also about making the right logical decisions that pull you out of your old past experiences. And the past is coming up big time with this square over to Saturn that is shortly coming out of its retrograde that we will see in the next coming weeks here. And so this is a huge time of not allowing the past, not allowing your fears, not allowing blocks, not allowing old traditions to stop you from succeeding and pushing forward into new experiences. Moving forward here on the 25th, we also have Venus making a conjunction with Jupiter. And so remember, and I'm sorry, this is an opposition, remember that Venus is in Cancer where it wants this connection, it wants this attachment, right? This is all about how can we feel good through our connections, through what we are attached to. And so a lot of us trying to find this emotional connection, this emotional attachment, and hopefully through healthy means, right? There's a lot of this Venus energy in Cancer that is debilitating, as Venus is trying to latch on to something that is comfortable, something that is safe, something that is emotionally nourishing. And so if we are trying to attach on to these addictions and these habits that are not healthy, that are not nourishing us, then this is where we see that up and down of the moon, where this pleasure, this enjoyment, this fulfillment can fluctuate. So this is a huge time of making sure that everything that you are connected to, attached to, is something that is fully nurturing to your soul. Moving forward here, on the 27th, we have Venus making a trine over to Neptune, remembering that Neptune is there at those last degrees of Pisces, where it is continuing to retrograde back. And so this is Venus meeting up with Neptune, where Venus is inching closer to those last degrees of Cancer, where it will shift forward into the sign of Libra, coming very soon in these next few weeks. So Venus is trying to find this connection, is trying to find this emotional nourishment. But as it comes into this trine to Neptune, this is where we can see a lot of addictions, a lot of escapist behaviors, a lot of old subconscious patterns coming up to the surface. And so for those of you, if you are not finding emotional connection, if you are not finding emotional nourishment, being very cautious of what you are connecting to is very important at this point. When we look at Neptune, especially sitting in its home sign of Pisces, there is this desire to escape. And hopefully this escape is to something that is fully nurturing to your soul, to something that is fueling your creativity, your imagination, your spirituality, and not something that is taking you out of your physical responsibilities and out of your healthy life experiences. And so being very cautious of reckless behaviors, reckless choices and decisions, addictive patterns, subconscious fears and blocks that are coming up to allow you this escape into something that takes you away from the physical is very important in this moment. Making sure that you are staying in this space of connecting to what is divine and what is truly in your heart and soul at this moment is very important with this trine. Now moving forward here, we have Mercury making a trine over to Jupiter. So remembering that Mercury is moving very quickly now, it is in its home sign where it feels good here in the sign of Virgo. It's moving through very quickly, very fast. And so it is coming into this trine where it's meeting up with Jupiter in Capricorn. And remember that Jupiter is going to station direct at 17 degrees of Capricorn. So we are nearing into the mid degrees here of Capricorn, where there is a lot of this very practical energy that is going on here at these mid degrees of Capricorn, as we're starting to get into this Venusian Taurian influence of Capricorn, where this is about creating stability, creating and building this secure life for yourself. But Jupiter is debilitated here, where there is a lot of this lack of faith, this lack of hope in what is to come as we are sitting here in this Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn. And this faith test will increase when we get to this point where Jupiter will station direct here in the sign of Capricorn. And so there's a lot going on here where we're trying to build security, we're trying to build a solid foundation and structure in our lives. But this is a major faith test where we have to believe in ourselves and we have to use the practical knowledge that we have to make the right decisions about how we are going to secure ourselves at this time. So huge moments of pairing up your faith in the real facts, in the truth, and in your logical decisions and abilities at this moment. Moving forward here on the 30th, we have Venus coming into an opposition with Pluto. So Venus Whenever it is in an opposition with Pluto, this is a major issue of your values, your self-worth, and how you are securing your self-worth. And so keeping in mind that Pluto is sitting here in Capricorn, where it is very intense, it is very much about breaking down these old foundations and structures, this lack of security. Venus sitting over here in the sign of Cancer, where it is all about wanting to latch on and connect to something emotionally to satisfy us, to nurture us, to feel safe. And so there's a major battle that is going on right now between how can we secure and get our needs met, and also hold this sense of self-worth and value within ourselves. This is a huge battle of your fears, which is coming up through Pluto in Capricorn, along with your values. And so at this time, it is a huge time of making sure that you are not letting go of your self-worth, your values, to attach to something that does not serve you. It's a huge battle that's going on with these planets as we are crossing over this major powerhouse of this Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto that is in Capricorn. Moving forward on the 1st of September, we have Mercury making a trine over to Pluto. So this is Mercury finally inching closer to those last degrees of Capricorn, where it is coming into this trine with Pluto. And this is a major time of digging deeper for the truth, digging deeper for the facts of what is truly going on in your environment. And this is a prelude to what is to come, because we have this Mercury retrograde that is coming here in October that will happen in the sign of Scorpio, where this will be all about going deeper, connecting to the truth, connecting to others on a deeper level, connecting to yourself on a deeper level, to work through these fears, work through these difficulties, remembering that Scorpio is all about the things that we do in private, the things that we keep secret, that we keep hidden. And Mercury is the messenger. It is here to report back to us what is hidden, what is concealed, what is deep below the surface. And so big moment that is coming up that we will see in October with that Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, that is all about relationships, and especially the relationship with yourself and how you are securing your needs, how you are pushing through these fears, these obsessions, these blocks, these deeper issues here with this Scorpio energy that is coming in. Moving forward on the 2nd, we have the Sun making a trine over to Uranus. And so the Sun is finally coming into this area of Virgo where it is going to meet up with Uranus and Taurus. And this is a huge moment where, remembering that the Sun and Uranus are enemies, the Sun is all about where we feel powerful, where we feel dominant at. And Uranus wants to come in and shake things up. It is revolutionary. It wants to take us to the next level. And so we have the rebel and we have the authority meeting up in this trine in Earth, where this is all about making the practical changes and decisions that are necessary to make those adjustments in your life. Remembering that the Sun is in Virgo, where this Virgo energy is like clay. It is the mutable earth sign, where it is all about changing and adapting to your physical environment, changing and adapting to your responsibilities. And so this is much like clay, where we are shaping and molding our reality through Virgo in this trine to Uranus to help us elevate to the next level. And so this is a huge time of shaping and molding your reality in the way that gets you to the next level. What are the practical, logical steps that you can take to make the improvements, the adjustments that are needed for a healthy, stable life that is of the most highest value and worth through that Uranus and Taurus? Moving forward here On the 2nd, we also have Venus making an opposition to Saturn. And so here we have this benefic energy that is making an opposition to our malefic Saturn. And so this is a huge moment here of reassessing, are the things that we're connecting to truly responsible? Are they truly serving our role and our duty in this life? Are they truly aligned with our reality that serves us to the highest, greatest degree? So, a lot of issues that are coming up here this week around value, around security, around how you are building and nurturing yourself in a healthy way and not in that Neptune Piscean way of trying to escape. Moving forward, on the 2nd, we also have a full moon in Pisces. So huge moment, and remembering that this is a full moon in Pisces coming off of a new moon in Leo. So we did not have the new moon in Virgo yet. Remember that we had those 2 new moons in Cancer coming off of that eclipse season. And so this is a huge time of letting go of the things that no longer serve you. This full moon in Pisces is a magical full moon of miracles, of opportunities that comes through purging. Remembering that with a full moon in Pisces, the sun is in Virgo. So this is your time of making these miracles and opportunities possible by purging what no longer serves you. By organizing and improving your life to do what better serves you. That is where the magic, that is where the miracles, where the opportunities, where the experiences are found here with this full moon in Pisces. That is ending a lunar cycle that started off of a new moon in Leo. Remember with that new moon in Leo that this lunar cycle has been all about doing what serves your highest, greatest good. Doing what brings you that joy and that fulfillment in your heart. And so with that new moon in Leo, what is it that you love? What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that fuels your truth and your value in life? And anything that does not fulfill that needs to be cleansed and purged through this full moon in Pisces. Moving forward on the 3rd, we have Mercury making a sextile over to Venus. And so with Mercury and Venus in this harmonious sextile, this is a huge time of using this desire to connect to something that is nurturing and fulfilling, along with these practical tools that we have. And so how can you make the practical, logical steps that are necessary to fulfill you in your life? And this is a huge theme this week, is how can we take the healthy, practical steps of what is truly nurturing and fulfilling to us, versus trying to connect and fulfill ourselves through something that is not fully aligned with who we are. Moving forward on the 3rd, we also have Venus making a square with Mars. So this is a huge moment where the feminine energy and the masculine energy are in battle. This is a time of how can we take dynamic, straightforward action, but also stick to what is nurturing and fulfilling to us in our lives. With this square, be cautious of acting on the things that don't nurture and fulfill you on a soul level, but also being cautious of trying to escape, to fulfill ourselves through these emotional means without taking the action steps that are needed to push us forward. Remembering that Mars is here in this pre-shadow, this is our last opportunity to use up this Martian energy, this primal drive and force to push forward, to take action that is necessary in our lives. Also on the 3rd, we have Mercury making a trine with Saturn. And this is a huge moment where we must focus on the truth, on what is logical, what is factual, what is actually happening here in our reality in order to make the decisions that are needed. On the 5th, our last day here of this week, we have Mercury entering into the sign of Libra. So this is priming us, getting us ready for that Mercury retrograde that we will see in October. As Mercury enters into Libra, the focus becomes upon relationships and how we are able to make peaceful and fair decisions in our lives. How can we balance ourselves? And so if this is a time where you are people pleasing, where you are doing the things that are not aligned with yourself to please others in their lives, or where you are being the aggressor and forcing someone to do something that isn't aligned with themselves, you are going against your highest, greatest good and your ultimate truth within yourself. And so this is a huge time of finding the balance. And again, huge theme with this Venus square Mars of the masculine and the feminine dynamics. Finding that true balance within yourself, within how you are communicating, how you are relating to others, how you are doing business, how you are moving forward, making decisions, making sure that everything is in full alignment with who you are, because these issues will come up during this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, because we are soon to pass this point on the 23rd of September where Mercury will pass its shadow. So this is the major transits going on for this week. A lot that is happening here. Major battles going on between the planets and major shifts as we are moving forward in this Virgo season. I also pulled some cards for this week as well. The first card here to come up is from our Black Moon Astrology deck, Uranus in reverse. So with Uranus in reverse, this is all about doing what is true to yourself. This is all about rebelling from the things that are not in alignment. Remember that Uranus is retrograde in the sign of Taurus, but this is all about revisiting our choices and our decisions and making sure that everything that we are doing is in full alignment with who we are. So huge theme here is what we are doing and bringing into our lives fully nurturing to our soul, fully in alignment with who we are? Or are we trying to escape and find this nourishment and this comfort in the things that no longer serve us? Our next card here is from the Connolly Tarot deck. This is the Knight of Cups. This is all about holding these creative experiences, using and honing your creative abilities. Remember that we started off this lunar phase with a new moon in Leo, where there was a ton of creative potential, a ton of this spark of life force within us to create and build the life that we want, that is of the highest value and worth to us, that our heart is fully in, that we are fully passionate and in love with. What is that life that we are trying to build and create here? So big time of using your creative abilities, big time of imagining and dreaming, and using that energy to move forward into what is truly in your heart space. That was your horoscope for the week of August 24th through September 5th. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like as well as a comment. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new content. I also want to mention that I am currently offering a class that can be found in the Facebook group, Astrology Class with Daquan Jones, as well as on Udemy and on the Patreon. And for those who are interested in your full monthly horoscopes, they can be found for the month of September on Patreon. Feel free to join in. And for those of you who were wondering about the monthly horoscopes for the month of September, I am still doing them on YouTube, so they have not gone away. I've got a lot of worries and concerns from those of you. The full-on horoscopes will be available on Patreon, but we will have a mini horoscope that is still available here on YouTube. for those of you who are concerned about missing out on that. I also want to mention that I have a free group on Facebook, Astrometaphysical Love and Light with Daquan Jones, and I will leave all of the information down below in the description as well as the comments for that. I also have a free blog. Feel free to join in and to check out some of the blog posts over there. I will also leave the link in the description for that down below in the comments and the description box. And I hope you all have a great day. I want to thank you all so much for joining in. And I want to thank all of the spirits who joined in today to make this message possible. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.